Hey everyone, Saeed Lily here. Today is August 31st, 2014, the last day of the Positivity Challenge. We made it! I think I did pretty good, all in all. As for the special, it's gonna be a bit of a short one. I ran into a bit of an issue when we went out to eat the other day, and unfortunately it's coming to bite me in the butt. You don't want to eat you don't want to eat fast food, especially if you know that fast food's gonna be bad for you. But regardless of that, let's move on and let's start with my first point. My tips on staying positive. Now, when I say positive, I don't mean happy. I mean content. I mean blessed. I mean at calm, at peace with yourself. And I mean happiness. That spectrum. It's the whole positive spectrum. So, because I believe that if you were to stay within that positive spectrum, the more happiness you'll feel. So, my first tip is to express gratitude. At the beginning of the Positivity Challenge, I mentioned that I'd be carrying around this grateful stone in my pocket. And I have for pretty much almost every day. I think of a couple of days I've slipped because I was rushing out the door or had to go and do other things. But that has helped, because every time I would touch it, I would think of something, or convince myself to think of something that I am grateful for, whether it be the food that I ate today, or the bed that I slept in, or my roommates, just anything that I am grateful for. My second thought, my tip, would be to repeat positive affirmations. Every time someone says, "Hey, you did good, kid," think about that. Repeat it over and over in your head, because they said it for a reason. They're not just being nice. In fact, there are very few people who do that, and even those that do have a good reason for it. So just repeat those thoughts over and over and over again. It really does help. My third point would be to challenge negative thoughts. This can be a little bit tough, but I think you need to understand the power of why. Quite literally, why. Why am I feeling so bad about this? Why do I say that this project sucks? Why does this look terrible? Why do I think these things? Challenge those negative thoughts as soon as they occur. It becomes a little bit difficult starting out, but to continue to do those things every single day. Just, oh, I feel bad, why? Oh, this looks terrible, why? Oh, it's a rainy day, my day sucks, it's ruined, why? If you are able to ask why, then your mind will either come up with an answer to that why, in which case you can continually dispute it until you find a positive. And it may take a little while, and that's fine. But the whole point is it gets you thinking, it gets you moving, it gets you to where you need to be, or at least a step in the right direction. So it is very important to challenge negative thoughts, and using the power of why, you can overcome that very, very easily. My fourth point is exercise. Exercise is great. It gets the blood flowing, and the more you exercise, the more you feel good. And that's what this is about. It's staying on that positive spectrum, staying happy, staying content, staying relaxed. And exercise can really help with that. You just gotta get over that bump, and you will look forward to going out and exercising. And that can help you a lot. Because once you get into a regular routine, you'll find it easier and easier to keep that routine. And especially when it comes to something positive like exercise or thinking positive, it helps a lot. My fifth point would be to meditate. Now, I don't mean to go to a yoga session or something like that, or I mean, if that's your thing, then go do it. But to stop, take time, and embrace yourself. Stop, take time, and think. Even if it's 10 minutes before you go to bed. Probably not before you go to bed, because you're bound to fall asleep in the middle of it, but sometime where you can stop and think. Think about the day, think about yourself, think about the challenges you faced and how you could have faced them better next time. Just things like that. That can help a lot. It'll also show what kind of character you are. If you don't know yourself enough, this can help you with this. It's to stop and meditate and to actually think about what you did that day and why you did it. Again, the power of why. The power of why can really be great and helpful. And the more curiosity you have, the less likely you are to be complacent. And in fact, I think complacent is one of the worst things you could possibly be. But that's personal opinion. My 6th point would be to focus on other people. Go out and share the love. Go and do something nice for another person. If you know your neighbor is having trouble, go mow the lawn for them. Or at least go say hi. Maybe you notice that your roommates are feeling down. Go and get them a cake or make them a cake. Maybe you need to spend some time with family because they're running down. Just share the love. Do random acts of kindness. That's what I'm looking for. Random acts of kindness. That passes on so much. And in fact, I think that's what we're missing. It's just random acts of kindness. When was the last time you did something nice for a complete stranger? When was something nice you received something nice from a complete stranger? The fact of the matter is we don't do that as much as a human being in a community that we should. We are in a community whether we like it or not. The whole United States is a community. The whole British Isles is a community. We are a community of people living on this earth. Yet we act like we're enemies. And I think we need to do more passing on, more sharing kindness, more share a smile. If that is the smallest thing you can give a person, then give it. It has such a meaningful person because look, I'm smiling and I bet you right now that you're not thinking about it, you're smiling too. And that is something that can leave the biggest impact on someone. It's just a smile. And so that touches into that point. My 7th point would be getting rid of no. Getting rid of negative words. And here, there's a quote, and I'm forgetting who's it from. I'm going to read it though. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words as they become actions. Watch your actions because they become your habits. Watch your habits as they become your character. Watch your character because it becomes your destiny. That has a lot of meaning in it. If you can't take away anything from this video, take away that. Take away that quote. It touches into everything that I'm going into. In fact, this is one of those quotes that I've had a sticky note and I've just placed it on the wall and I've looked at it every day, especially when I get on to do YouTube stuff or just to hang out and have fun. I've looked at that quote every day. And it helps. Because it really does help you. Part of the meditation, part of challenging negative thoughts, part of pretty much everything I've covered so far is within that quote. So think about that quote and get rid of the no. Because every time you say no, you attract 4 or 5 other negative things. No is such a harsh word. I'm not saying not to use no. There's certain times that you must use no, but try not to use it unless it's absolutely necessary. Try to use yes more. Try to open yourself up to things. You might not like them, but you may like them. If you don't even try it in the first place, how are you going to tell? My 8th point would be to daydream. Your daydreams unlock your subconscious. Generally it's gonna be fun and silly, like I'm a superhero in my daydream or something like that, and that's great. But what does you being a superhero tell you about yourself? Well, you may have a hero complex. What's your superpower? Well, I like to lift great things, so you desire power or strength. Look at your daydreams. But daydream, have fun, have that little bit of relaxation. Just go and daydream, think about it, just have fun. Have fun inside your own head. I mean, when do you get a chance to do that? And sometimes when you're sitting alone at work, if you're the type of person who does sit alone, daydream then. It'll make the time pass more smoothly. My ninth point would be to do something artistic, or at the very least, express yourself creatively. This, again, touches into daydream, as my last point was. It helps tap into your inner self, and expressing yourself creatively will help with your stress, mostly. And if you are able to conquer your stress, you're able to conquer the negative aspects of your emotions. And that will help you get on the positive side. So go and do something. Draw, paint, build something on Minecraft. Everything is expressing your creativity. Just go and do it. It's fun. My point number 10 would be to laugh at your failures. What I mean by that is, if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't really laugh at others. And that's a policy I've applied to myself, I can't remember, since I guess, the day I was at kindergarten, I guess. Or maybe even earlier than that. If you can't laugh at yourself and laugh at your own failures, what gives you the right to laugh at others? And because I'm such a giggly person, I'm laughing at both everyone and me simultaneously, if that makes sense. I am laughing at the silliness of myself. I am an absolute derp. I can't even watch my own editing video trying to edit. I can't watch it because I am so derpy, and I end up laughing at myself, laughing at how silly and over the top I can be, not even meaning to, and it makes it hard to edit. I think I might need to hire an editor if I had money. Oh, if I had money. But laugh at yourself. Don't let your failures hold you back. If you feel bogged down, stop and think about how it would be if someone else's shoes. Think if another person can laugh at your failures, or if you can laugh at that same situation at another person, it must not be that terrible. And even if you can't laugh at it, realize that it is not the end of the world. You could mess up big time, get fired, and be on the verge of bankruptcy, but with each and every failure that you come across, there is an opportunity for success, for an opportunity for a new path to open. And I'll touch a little later on that. My point 11 would be to stay in the present. Don't dwell on the past, don't dwell on the future. Stay in the now. You're hanging out with your family, don't be thinking about the rent that's due next week, or the mortgage that needs to be paid. Don't think about that. You are facing job insecurities, or are facing trouble with a coworker, but you're hanging out with friends. Don't think about that. Focus on your friends. Just stay in the now. Stay in the present. Enjoy the now, because there are only so many nows. There are going to be tons and tons of futures and tons of presents, but right now is a now. And you will never get another now, if that makes sense. And sorry, my phone is buzzing. My point 12, a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. I think, personally, especially where I live, it might be good to take a break from the news. The news can be a little doomsday-ish. Like, everything is terrible, our city is falling to pieces, stay tuned at 11 to hear why we think it's falling to pieces. And I don't like that. When was the last time you heard a positive news from the actual news that wasn't, like, Weather Baby or send in your photos of the garden that you're doing? That's silly. And it's bullcrap. They put these little positive notes in, or semi-positive notes in this sea of danger, 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 warning, tornado warning, storm warning, presidential warning, just all this warnings, all this doomsday. It's good to stop, to turn the TV off, or to turn it to something that you actually like. So, avoid the news from time to time. Don't read the newspaper unless you're reading comics, or doing the crossword puzzle, or actually need some information. Just stay away from the news from time to time. And hopefully the news will get better, and that doesn't actually need to be a piece of advice for people to stay positive. But for right now, I think it is. And that's why I'm including it. My last point, my 13th point, would be take responsibility for your life. And this is a little bit somber, but you are responsible for you. Everything that has happened to you is your fault, both positive and negative. It is your fault that you have the best wife in the world, or the best husband, or the best boyfriend or girlfriend, or whatever. It is also your fault that you don't have a job. You are responsible for you. And there is always a way out if you wish to change it. You could get divorced to the most awesome person in the world, or you could go and find a job. The whole point is you have a way. And this is tied into my 10th point of laughing at your failures, is there is always another way. It might be hard, it might seem absolutely ridiculous, but there is always a way. You just need to stop and to think. And if you can't think of it, then ask somebody. Ask somebody for help. Ask a random stranger. Ask a friend. Ask somebody. Go on to one of those advice columns if you need to. I'm stuck in a dead-end job and I need help. Well, what can you say, advice column? Just figure out a different point of view. And because even if it feels like you're stuck in the rut, you're just not seeing the other ways out. It's like you have blinders on, you know? Well, I can't see the way out, and the door is like right here. So take responsibility. Because you are responsible for you. And I'm going to say that a couple times, and it's because it's true. There is nothing you have or have not done that has not affected your life. You chose to eat popcorn this morning, or a donut, or go out for fast food, and it's affecting you now, as I can talk about. You have chosen to exercise, and thus you are in better body condition than you were 2 months ago. You have chosen to break up with the ones you love because you felt they were toxic to you. Everything is you. You are responsible for you. You shape the world around you. You shape the friends that you have. You shape the job that you have. You may feel that, oh, this is the only job that I have, then move. Move to a different place. Move to a different location. Find someplace different. And yes, it would be scary, especially in this economy, but is it really? Isn't that scariness, isn't that thought of a new adventure much better than being stuck in a rut? And I think this is the point that I'm having the most trouble with. I will be a little bit frank, I am having difficulties with this job. Recently, I have been asked to fire someone as soon as we find information, but don't tell the person we're firing them. I can understand why, but I don't like that. And if that is duty that they're going to ask me to participate in on a regular basis, then I'm afraid I can't do it because it objects with my morals. I would like to know if I'm about to be fired. I would like to know why I'm about to be fired. Mostly when, I think, so that I can start preparing, because I do have dependents. Maybe not legally, but I do have people who rely on me for the money I bring in each week. And I can't do it. I really can't. And I'm being frank about that. I mean, alright, let me rephrase that. I can do it. I could turn around and fire that person without telling him anything. I can do it. My morals say not to. And frankly, I think I trust my morals much more than I trust than I trust my boss. But I think this has kind of gone into a negative, and I'm kind of glad I got that off my chest. And I am in the process of working on that point, of taking responsibility for my life and changing my path. I've applied to a secretary position. I don't like the office, but it's regular hours, and it'll give my weekends free for whatever I want to do. And I've been wanting for a very long time to volunteer at a local park. And this would actually help with that. So, it's still a learning curve for me too. It's still a learning process for me too. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you walked away with something, and thank you for listening to me rant. And I hope you guys have a wonderful month. I hope you guys have enjoyed. It was fun to do these videos, especially doing the silly videos, especially with the helium, I did not expect to be that squeaky. I really didn't. And that was fun. I'm gonna have to do more silly random things like that more often. I've been wanting to. In fact, I created a whole new series in real life stuff, and I think I'm going to do more of that. And I think I'm gonna aim to do those maybe once or twice a month. And by saying this on camera, I'm more or less committing. So I think I'm going to try and do that. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Maybe if you're gonna do this positivity challenge, shoot me a message. I'd love to see how you guys turn out. I really do encourage other people to do it. I really do. It really does help. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna sign out now. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful month. Take care.